Hey guys, John with OGS, and what do you want to talk about today? So I got that Impala a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, got some comments, you know, like it's a massive project. I know the guys from the US were having a bit of a watch, and I mean, they're not that big on the four doors, but that's all we've basically got in Australia, so you know, you gotta run what you've brung. So I've mucked around with it a little bit, you know. When I've stayed back, I've just sort of had a bit of a play, and well, we've got some footage that we want to show you that's going to roll in the background, and yeah, you know, we spent a bit of time. We hooked up some slings to the body. All the body mounts had already been disassembled, so there's no bolts holding it all together, and then we lifted it up with the crane. Swung it around a few times. I must admit, it was kind of weird seeing an Impala flying through the air, but yeah, so then what we did, we just put it on a makeshift table that we had lying around in the yard, which you can see, and let's go have a look at the chassis. There's an airborne 63 now. Some parts of the floor isn't too bad, but I can see a fair bit of rot in the floor pan.
The age of the car and the way it was sitting, really, it's actually...
We'll take the camera off.
Yeah, it looks like it's actually beautiful too.
Yeah, he said that the sills were pretty solid. He just said the floor pan needs a bit of attention.
That's what you want. See the back silver good?
Yeah.
That's what you want.
There.
And you know why? It's because mud will sit in between the body and the... But... go through, if the first of it's good, you know what I mean, you only got to replace the top half or section. Well, if it's not going all the way through, if it's only on the top, that looks like it's because it's probably had cakes of mud and rubbish sitting like that in between the skin.
This is interesting how they've got like a shield for your tail shaft.
Yeah.
Goes all the way through, I didn't know that. That's annoying.
They did this to give people more feet room. That was the design to give it more floor.
Oh yeah.
That's why they did this. They pulled the chassis in so they can give the people 4 feet. Yeah, because originally older the Chevys that they come through, the floor was high.
Yeah.
So people have been working on it. So
I reckon that this was a parts car or something.
Or somebody started it. You know, sometimes, you know, when somebody starts something and then they put it back, they get abandon the idea and it's just go, I'll get back to it later, and they've pushed it in out of the garage. Yeah, that looks like probably mounts. They could be body mounts. Where the rubbers go here, that's your body mount, probably body mount.
Oh yeah, true actually.
Where the rubbers go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 and that one there. Yeah, that'd be about right 6 and 3.
It's a pretty rusty car. I've seen this before. Fiberglass here on the roof.
Well, I wouldn't stress over the chassis yet until you get a sand reblast. And once you get it back, it's like that might look bad, but that might be just the top section. The inside and the underneath might be still good. So you can repair that.
So here's a chassis, and with these particular Impalas, the chassis is quite unique. It's in like an X frame or an X shape. You can sort of see that right there. Comes in and then back out. And they say it's good for low riding basically because I don't know. I actually have no idea why it's good for low riding. So why didn't you guys tell me? I'm not gonna bullshit. But hey, the frame's pretty rusty. I got some issues which I'll show you in just a second. You can tell that it's been pulled from the arse end there, so that will need to be fixed. I'm probably going to get this whole thing blasted because, I mean, how many hours would you spend trying to clean this thing? I reckon there's probably 50 hours worth of cleaning here. But you can see, you know, the arms and everything, they're kind of like rusty, possibly usable. Come around over here and I'll show you the rust in the chassis. Take a look at that. Look, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about that, but it's very, very crusty. Obviously, mud has got in from the floor pan and then actually entered the chassis itself, so I'm not really sure. But what I do know is that because we've got a laser cutter and we can draw everything up in CAD, it's very popular in the States to strengthen the chassis. And what I believe, and please let me know because I'm really getting educated and I'm interested in these kind of cars for particular reasons. One being the low riding community, and there's a bit of it in Australia. Actually, it's worldwide. In Japan, there's a huge scene there. So in Australia, yeah, you know, there's a few getting around. But actually, what got me really interested in these kind of cars is we hire out the spray booth, as you guys know. There was a 1962 Impala that got sprayed, and I thought, man, this thing's awesome. He had airbags and everything, so that sort of spurred me on a little bit to, you know, take on just another project. Yeah, so what we can do though is we can actually design up some plates, maybe 3mm plates, and we can strengthen the chassis. But I've got to do some research about that. I can see the website, it might be Hoppo's, and they've got a strengthening kit there, but like, I mean, we might be able to do it here, but I've just got to basically trace the outline, figure out where all the plates go, and then work out what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, so look, I've mucked around with the car and sort of emptied it. There's not many parts, so you know, we had to go looking and we had to go searching, and I didn't have to look very far to find another one. You're not seeing double. Holy shit, I've got another one. It's another 63 Impala. Let's talk very quickly. This one's been in the bingle, so the chassis has been pushed in at the front and it's probably twisted, but there may be some usable parts in the control arms and everything. It's exactly the same. It's got a bigger brake booster. That kind of looks like an old like HG or something like that. Anyway, so I'll just talk about what I actually need. I need this, I need that, I need the cowl, I need the wipers. Already we're winning, this is phenomenal. I need all the chrome trim, which I do have. I'll choose the best doors out of the lot. I need all the glass, I need the handles, which I'll probably get new anyway. Maybe I'll grab the wheels. That doesn't open. Let's have a look in here. I've already taken out the seats, which are in good nick. So that floor pan's actually probably better than that one. I mean, it's missing the dash, but you sort of think to yourself, like, which one's a parts car? It's kind of hard to tell because they're both so shit. Oh man. There's a heap of junk in the back. You know, it's my favorite thing, just cleaning up just junk. This car's a Bel Air, so it's actually got all the nice trim, even though it's all dinted and everything like that. I was given a boot lid. The other boot lid's better. This is all rusted out, but there might be something usable. And the thing with these cars is this always rusts out, like the trunk, as they call it in the States, or the boot. It's always rusted out around here. So, you know, on the other body, it's rusted around there, so I'm gonna grab that piece there. I've got the trim, the glass, which I can reuse. The badge, the Bel Air badge. I've got the tail lights, that's sort of usable. Over here I've got the inserts, which are usable. That's squashed, sadly. It is what it is. But this has already been used as a parts car, so it's actually got bits cut out of it. That quarter's cooked. The other quarter I can use, and I actually need that other quarter for that side of the car, which I'll show you in just a second. Again, the doors, I can use them. Maybe the sill plates will clean up. You know, I'll probably need cuts from everywhere. But look at the chrome, come in close and have a look at that. There's no dents or anything, so I'm very, very happy about that. Just gotta be careful I don't stuff it when I try to take it off myself. It's got hood lining, which you wouldn't use if you poke in there and have a bit of a look at all the junk. Nightmare fuel. There's a comb, you beauty. So as I said, like the dash is gone, so this is the parts car. I probably wouldn't put in another dash. This has got the dash in it here. So you take the good with the bad. They've nicked that floor pan there. You can see they've drilled out all the spot welds over here. Just along here. But there's plenty of usable parts. I'm suspicious actually. So if you have a bit of a look in here, my rear, there's like poo everywhere. The rear area here is all rotted out in mine, like this one over here. Maybe that might be savable and I can unpick it and undrill the spot welds and then put it into this one. So, yeah. So get in nice and close and then you can see what I'm talking about. So I've cleared this whole thing out. I got my vacuum out and you can sort of see the extent of the damage. So it basically needs a complete floor pan. And that's what I'm talking about, this rear part here. If I can unpick that, which probably won't be that difficult, and then I can grab that one, then I can just sort of put it on there and away we go. But it's going to require quite a few rust panels. I'm probably going to give the doors to my mates to do. There's little patches there, a few of them, you know, wouldn't mind that kind of work. Just to cut down on the time taken to do this car. So, you know, and I've been doing that a little bit. I've been using my mates to like push things along a little bit. So we're going to have an update on the XE Falcon very, very soon. My mate's going to help out and push that one along because I actually really want to finish that one. So I've got heaps of things on the go at the moment. I'm still working on the bodywork for the 49. So yeah, that's sort of it in a nutshell. So here's that brake booster, but it's like a small one. So I don't know whether that's a V8 one or not. So what's my plan for this particular car? Well, I just obviously want to get it on the road, but I would like to do a low rider, and depending on the legalities in Australia, it's pretty tight around where we are, in Victoria especially. So if I can put hydraulics and, you know, I don't want to just get it to raise up and down. I actually want it to, you know, bounce and do all those crazy things, but I don't know. But really, I mean, with both cars, it wasn't a lot of money. It was really, don't worry mum and dad, it's all cool, don't stress. But these cars can be found in Australia and a lot of them are really, really bad nick. Back when they came out in 1962, they were considered a very luxurious car. I mean, people were still buying Holden and Fords. In the States, the Chevrolet Impalas weren't really seen as too much of a luxury car. They were sort of an everyman, sort of everyday sort of car. But in Australia, they were considered very luxurious. They came as right-hand drive, number of different configurations, but basically as a four-door sedan. You know, there might have been some Canadian knockdown rebuild type variants released as two doors in Australia, but they're very, very rare. Most SS, the super sports that you see in Australia are left-hand drive. So I've got an Aussie right-hand drive one, and I'm just going to cobble together parts. That's what I do, you know. If there's a will, there's a way. So yeah, help me out with the color. What are we thinking here? If you know anything about these type of cars, if you're in the States, clue me up, you know, I need to know. So, you know, it's all fun and games, but I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Some work is happening behind the scenes, and so the next couple of videos you'll see me hard at work instead of just blabbing my mouth. Take it easy, guys. Oh, it's a cold day today. Just working on the Impala. You can see it's pretty rusty sort of in the inners, but it's nothing really that's that bad. If you sort of have a look over here, I mean, don't look at the paintwork or anything like that, but I did get the flat disc on there just to see what was underneath, and there was a bit of bare metal. You know, there's some bits here that had filler in it, which I've removed. I'm going to get rid of that filler, but like if I'm going to bare metal, I've got to make sure that I just cover it with a bit of paint. But feature eyes on this, I very nearly put my hands like right there, like it scared the shit out of me, and then I like pulled back and then I went home because I got too scared. But oh, look at that thing over there. What's that? It's a nice skeleton, so how about we go grab that? Ooh, yep. Ew. So I might just move this over here, come with me, we'll put it in the bin. Alright, so I'll just keep working away on this thing. We're going to get the vacuum cleaner and clean it up a little bit. So all that junk that's in there came from the car, and you can see here that we're missing a lot of sheet metal. But you can buy the whole insert, it's fine. But I've been sort of scraping it just to see what I got, sort of thing. And yeah, I mean, I haven't found too much rust in here, but we've got to give it a bit of a back. Now that we've got rid of the skeleton, you can see a little bit more. There's some empty beer bottles and everything. This floor here is very rusty, but you can buy those little panels there and inside here as well. So, I mean, overall, it's about what you would expect for only a couple of $1,000 bucks. But, you know, hey, I like it, so, you know, that's all that matters, I suppose.